thank you all for being here with me today. Wouldn't it be nice to have a 3-day weekend all the time? Well, research in medicine, sleep, organizational psychology, and cognitive science have all shown that having a 3-day weekend all the time is the way to go. It would be good for Americans in many different ways. I've been fascinated with the science that research has found for a 3-day weekend all the time. I've read and studied the information, and I feel that this is the way that we should run things. First, I'm going to discuss why a 4-day work week is better. Second, I'm going to discuss productivity. And third, I'm going to discuss the work week around the world. Why should Americans have a 3-day weekend every weekend? What's so great about it? Well, it's better for your health. Decades of research found that it's terrible for your health to be working all the time. A meta-analysis is basically a study of studies, and it looked for a link between heart disease and being overworked. And it found that 600,000 men and women, American, Australian, and European, that worked 55 hours a week or more had a 33% rise in the risk of stroke than those that worked their normal 40 hours or less. Overworked employees also have a 13% risk of heart disease, a 13% more higher risk of heart disease compared to those who didn't work the 9 hours. This information came from the Lancet, and it's an informational site about global health. Another meta-analysis study published by the Lancet said that long hours doing manual labor, non-white-collar jobs, like construction or, trade, something that you don't sit at a desk all day, the 30% increase in type 2 diabetes when they worked over 40 hours a week. You'd also sleep more. You'd be working less, so you'd sleep more. The Journal of Sleep actually says that you'll fall asleep quicker. You will feel more well-rested when you wake up. And you'd also be a lot nicer because you wouldn't be stressed out about work, and you'd be calm and cool and collected since you're not always stressed out and working all the time. Now that I've discussed the reason that a 4-day work week is better, I'll tell you about the productivity. In the 19th century, factory owners were forced to go from 10-hour days to 8-hour days. And they had actually found that the production that their workers were having, even though they were working less, was better. So in 2009, a couple Harvard Business School researchers decided to do an experiment to see if that is also the way it is now. Well, they found out that it is. They went to a Boston law firm and conducted the experiment, and what they did was every week they would make half of the law firm take a day off. They couldn't read their emails, they couldn't answer phones, they couldn't do lunches, they couldn't do anything that had to do with work. And the other half would work their 40-plus hours. And they found out that actually that the clientele was much happier and with the people that actually had days off. They were happier with their services, with the information that they were getting, and they were a lot happier all around with the entire service that they got. So now that I've discussed how it's better for productivity, I'll tell you about countries around the world. The average work hours around the world for Canada, they work about 36.6 hours a week. Americans work an average about 40 to 45. France has a 35-hour work week, and Germany actually only works 30. But even though Germany has decreased work hours, their productivity is actually better. They're also less stressed and happier with how things are for them. Well, today I discussed the effects of a 3-day weekend on your health. I discussed how it helps with production, and I've also discussed how things are around the world. It's obvious that having a 3-day weekend every weekend is better for Americans. In conclusion, hopefully, with this information I've given you, you too now believe that a 4-day work week is the way to go. Thank you.
This is real good.